Arsenal, Real Madrid. This is a big match. Now Arsenal fans would think this is Godzilla against King Kong. And then Real Madrid fans would say this is David against Goliath. In which obviously Real Madrid is Goliath, Arsenal is David. But we are going to be predicting this game. Remember, this is Kylian Mbappe against his fellow Frenchman, Saliba. That is a matchup I would love to see, especially in 2025. We know they did have a few battles there in the League One, and that was a tough battle. Saliba did beat him many times. So we are going to see if that same thing is going to happen in this game. And also tell me there in the comment section what you guys think about the fixtures. I know international break just ended, but I saw Barcelona play on Thursday and then play on the Saturday or the Sunday. To me, that's insane. That's truly just, how can you even put players through that? And I think something has to change in the next season. I know Club World Cup is also coming up. It's too much that you're putting on the players, because we don't want to end up with all these players next season ending up with big injuries because of being overplayed. But there are also many other battles. There's Rodrigo against Calafiore, and it's Vinny against practically all of the Arsenal players, because Vinny is going to be a big threat against them. We also have Ancelotti against Arteta, and let me tell you something, this will be an interesting battle. We know Arsenal do a low block sometimes, and with Ancelotti, sometimes it's just hope and pray tactics that he uses. But he has come out recently and said he enjoys Real Madrid's play. He enjoys the way the team plays. And to me, I find that kind of insane. Because many people, so many Real Madrid fans, that would say the opposite. That would think the opposite. Because in the season, let's be honest, the team has had some good moments, but they've also had some terrible moments. They've had some bad moments. They've even had some mid moments. The team is not perfect. And for Ancelotti to say he enjoys the way the team plays, maybe he's just trying to push an agenda for Real Madrid to keep him. But I can say from my point of view, as a fan, I have enjoyed Real Madrid, but there's also times I don't enjoy Real Madrid. And in the previous game, which was against Leganes, the team was dominating, but it was not the best display. Leganes scored 2 goals against them, took the lead over them, and it took Kylian Mbappe scoring a penalty and a free kick, in which I know some people argue that is not a free kick, but I've heard that is a free kick goal, so that counts as a free kick goal. Now I wonder what that Mbappe scored a free kick Twitter account, X account is gonna say, because it's practically over. He scored a free kick. But remember, it's also Saka against Ferland Mendy. That could be a serious cooking. So Real Madrid's defense is not perfect. I think Asensio will start this game. I don't think Lucas Vazquez will play. I think he will come up from the bench. But the realistic thing that Real Madrid and Ancelotti will do is play Fede Valverde at right back. Now I know what you guys are going to say. You guys are going to absolutely agree with me. There's no reason for Vazquez to be playing in such big games nowadays, especially after the stinker he put on against Leganes. We can't afford to have that happening ever again. And listen, I like Lucas Vazquez, absolutely a club legend, but I think he's a bit past his prime. His last best season was last season, but this season, with Carvalho injured and them giving him a chance to shine, he hasn't shown that he has been too reliable. So therefore, Valverde absolutely has to start, with someone else being in the midfield, maybe Camavinga, Tchouameni. But back to this Arsenal against Real Madrid game. Let's predict the first leg of this tie. So the way I see this first leg going is the way most of Real Madrid's matches against Premier League teams in the Champions League go, in which I think Arsenal, because they have home advantage, they're going to dominate the first 20 minutes. They're absolutely going to dominate it. We've seen Man City do this, we've seen Liverpool do this. No matter what, they dominate that first 20 minutes because their fan bases, the fans in the arena are loud, they're pushing their team. And I think Arsenal will have a few cracks at Real Madrid. But then after that 20 minutes, if Real Madrid go unscathed, it will be bad for Arsenal. And therefore I think Arsenal probably will score a goal within that 20 minutes. And therefore I think it will be 1-0 within that first 20 minutes. But after those 20 minutes, it's going to be a different ball game. Because with Man City, with Liverpool, they all suffered that same fate. Real Madrid then made a comeback. They then controlled the game. Then started to play better football. Because remember, these are two excellent teams. Now Arsenal are a good team in their own right. They've beaten PSV 7-1 and have been good in this Champions League so far. But they have never faced a team of Real Madrid's caliber. Never, not once this season. They have not faced a team of Real Madrid's caliber. Real Madrid is too strong. They won the previous Champions League. Matter of fact, they won the 2022 Champions League as well. You can't underestimate Real Madrid ever. And the fact that I hear Arsenal fans, which I know you guys do as well, everyone does, their takes. And I'm talking about the TikTok clips. The Arsenal fans, whenever they get interviewed after the game post matches, they give some horrendous takes. And therefore I think they or feel confident going into this game. So I think in the second half, Kylian Mbappe is going to take over, Vinny Jr. is going to take over, Jude Bellingham. In a similar fashion they did to Manchester City, they're going to do against Arsenal. So I think the scoreline could push to 4-1. It could push to 4-1. So I'm going with 3-1, Real Madrid to win the first leg by 3-1. So after this first leg, Real Madrid fans are going to be comfortable, Arsenal fans are going to hope for a comeback. And let's get into that second leg, which is at the Bernabeu. Now the problem with Real Madrid, which ties back to what I said earlier in the video, Real Madrid suffer many times when they get too comfortable. When they get that 1-goal lead, they can bottle this lead. Because let's just say it's 3-1, they have the lead at the Bernabeu. I think they could slip up. I think you will see Saka, Odegaard, and all of the attackers probably at least score 1 or 2 goals and give Real Madrid a big scare. And I think Martin Odegaard is going to score at the Bernabeu. So with Arsenal scoring 2 goals at the Bernabeu, I think it will be 3-3. This could even stretch out to extra time. We know with Real Madrid they always have some extra drama. We saw it against Atletico, and we've seen it many times throughout all the Champions League ties. There's always some extra drama, and therefore I'm going to predict this goes to extra time. And this is where I think Real Madrid will put on the Brahim Diaz's, the Arda Gulars. Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna stop there. They possibly won't put Arda Güler on. We know they don't rely on him too much. They'll possibly put Endrick on, and in this extra time, that is when Real Madrid will score. Because I don't think it's gonna go to penalties like in the Atletico match. I think Real Madrid will win this game in extra time. Kylian Mbappe will win the game and it will end up 4-3, the final score. And listen, when the match is done, tell me in this comment section, come back to this video and tell me, did I get it right? Did I get it horribly incorrect? Tell me there in the comment section. I would love to hear. But if you enjoyed, leave a like on the video because it helps push this video out. And subscribe if you enjoy the channel. But peace out.